Hello all, this is my homework for lesson 17 of Paul McWhorter's AI for Everyone. This is an assignment where we automate the training of a face recognition system on a directory of known images by implementing a walkthrough of the directory using the system os.walk function to read the information. Second part was to save the data using the pickle library. This was to be done in two programs, one to automate the training and save the data, and then to write a second program which retrieves the data and uses that data to identify a face in the webcam frame. This is where I store my data under all training data files. I've done it once and I just renamed it old train data. So shortly we'll see a new traindata.pkl after we've run the code. So to generate the code, we import OS because we need the command os.walk. We import CV2, we import face recognition, and we import the pickle library. Beforehand, before we run the program, I create two array variables. Right now they're empty, encodings and names. And if you've done lesson 16, you'll understand what these are used for. Like Paul, I just go ahead and print the CV2 version. So that's the first thing that is generated by the program. I tell the program that my image directory is located at this path. Then we use a for loop to parse through the indicated image directory. We go through the root, which is whatever you give it, look for directories, and then look for files. So it actually creates a nested loop and goes through and gives back data, the parameters, root, directories, and files, receive data that gives the name of the root, the name of any found directories, and then the files in each of those directories. So if you've gone through the lesson, you'll understand how we're using this. And I highly recommend lesson 17. Then we do a nested for loop to actually generate the full file path, so we can tell where to recursively look at each file. We create a file for the for loop called my picture, and we load it from the full file path. We then generate an encoding for the first face found. Then we use the os.path.splitText to separate the name of the file from the first section and the .jpg. And since the first section is found at the zeroth location, the zero location in the array, that's what we ask for. Then we append the encodings in the encoding array. We append the names in the name variable, and then we pickle the encodings as to data file, and you can see I opened my pickle as data file. So we dump the encodings into data file and the names into data file. Print finished, and that's the end of this half of the program. So I'm going to go ahead and run that. If you watch over here under old train data, you should see a new train data file. You can see it's processing through each file. And there's our train data.pickle. And program prints finished, and all of our data is there. So, I'm going to go through the next one, and it's going to call the train data.pkl. So, I'm not going to document this a lot because it's basically a rehash of what we did with lesson 16. Pretty much uses the same program names and everything. In fact, that's why I named these arrays as known encodings and names, so I could just use the same ones. So we go ahead and open and load the files, and then we go through a simple unknown face is the cam frame, and then we have converted it back to BGR so CV2 can display it. We get the face locations and the encodings from that information, and then we just go ahead and display a label, either unknown person or a matched, which comes from the name. I put a rectangle around left, top, right, bottom, and I did it in blue, thickness of 3, and then I put text, and I changed the exact values from left bottom. I gave it an offset so it doesn't interfere with itself. So, and then we just do a wait key for Q, release the cam, destroy the windows, and then I like to clear the terminal using the OS system CLS command. So I'll go ahead and run that now. Okay, it recognizes me. It also recognizes Albert Einstein. I'll get out of the way so you can see where it's put the labels for each of those. And it follows, it tracks. I can't get Albert to move. He just hangs around. I'm going to put my hands up here to make it so we don't see his eyes, so there's no identifier for him. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. I'll see what I can do to assist or reply. Thanks. Have a great day.